Hey YouTube, it's Gavin, and if that intro sounded familiar, it's because I will be channeling my inner Read by Zoe in this video. It is currently 11:32 p.m. on Thursday night, and I'm going to do a readathon by Zoe today and read for 24 hours from midnight to midnight. Why am I doing this, you ask? Because I'm crazy. And also because I miss those AngelBookshoop vibes. If you don't know Read by Zoe, I will leave a playlist of Zoe's 24-hour readathons down in the description box so that you can check her out. They are honestly so much fun, and I rewatch those videos every now and then when I want to get those fun vibes back. And this video is literally just going to be me trying to channel those AngelBookshoop vibes. Did I sleep before this? Did I did try about 2 hours ago to try and get at least 1 hour sleep, and that didn't really work. I did have Ash and Tobu try and sleep with me too. They're so confused. They have no idea what's going on, and unfortunately neither do I. But I'm going to do my best, okay? I will do my goddamn best. So before midnight hits, I do want to pick a TBR, and before we pick a TBR, I need to start the caffeine counter. Absolutely need to start this 24-hour readathon right with this coffee. I have actually done one 24-hour readathon before this, and I did it back in October. I did a 24 hours of horror reading vlog, but I didn't do midnight to midnight. I did 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. or thereabouts. So I really wanted to do a midnight to midnight because that just feels a lot better as a 24-hour readathon for some reason. So I have been eagerly anticipating the opportunity to do this, and the opportunity has arisen. I do still need to pick a TBR for this video though, and I do have my eye on a couple of them. I did mention in my spring TBR video that I really want to read Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. So I think I might actually start off with this one. I do still want to build a TBR though for more potentials, but I do think I want to start off with this one because it sounds a little literary, and it sounds like I need my full brain capacity for this potentially. So I do think I want to start off with this one because I'm very, very excited for it. But I have also had my eye on Strange Pictures by Uketsu. This one is another potential. It seems short enough that I could fly through in a 24-hour readathon, because I also have to think about this tactically as well. Some of these smaller books will probably be my savior. Another book I mentioned on my spring TBR that I would love to maybe try and read today as well actually is House Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. It would be lovely to, one, include a reread in this video, and two, to include a reread of a book that I know I love. I know how magical and enchanting and exciting this is. So my first 3 books are books that I have on my spring TBR, which does make sense to do, but at the same time I want a little bit of an element of surprise potentially for this video. So I would like to see if there's anything else that I might read. Oh, actually I have seen something that I kind of do want to read, but it might not be the right one for this video. But it might be, I don't know. And that actually is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. I am falling out of love with this man. I really am. But, oh God, I really want to read it so badly. But I don't know if maybe it's just a bit too big for a 24-hour readathon. But I'm going to keep it in the pile. Come on, Gavin, pick something smaller. Okay, maybe Queen Macbeth. Macbeth? Okay, maybe Queen Macbeth by Val McDermid. This could be a potential one. Nice little novella. You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kalynn Bayron was mentioned just recently in some Patreon reading sprints I was doing with Beth from Beth Bartholomew. Pretty sure Beth mentioned this and recommended it, and I've had this on my shelves for a little while. It's short as well. So yeah, this one could be another good one to whack out in this 24-hour. It's the perfect day. Nothing's standing in my way. I am really fancying The Way of Edan by Philip Chase. I don't know if, again, this might be a little bit too big and ambitious for my 24-hour, but I'm going to put it on the pile still. I do fancy a fantasy. She's a bad eater. I actually do really want to read this one as well. I'm fancying a lot of horror at the minute, apparently. This could be a good one. Okay, maybe a couple more. Let's not go too silly with this. Oh, I mean, there's another really... Oh, no, actually, I can save this. Never mind. I'm not even going to joke about that. Oh, this does look really cool as well. It might be a little thick. Convenience Store by the Sea by Sonoko Makita. This looks so cute. I am in love with this cover so much. I am building a pretty... Should I do a graphic novel? No. I have been meaning to get Graveyard Shift by ML Rio as well, and I probably should put this on the TBR too. Okay, I feel like that's probably enough, because I'm definitely not reading all of them, so God, what's the point? Oh, shit in hell! It's like 4 minutes. 4 minutes to midnight, and I had no idea. Oh, Jesus, I'm just wasting time here. So these are my list of potentials for this video. Doubt I will get to very many of these. Whoa, did my voice go really deep there? Could have passed for straight. But this is the book that I'm going to be starting with. Death of the Author, Nnedi Okorafor. And it's just turned midnight. Oh. Perfect timing. Let's read. The moment I got up, are you trying to push my pen away and my book away so you can have that entire seat to yourself, huh? That is so rude. I literally just stood up to get adjusted. You are so rude. You are such a rude boy. Yes, you are. Oh, but I love you. Okay, you can have the seat. You can have the seat, it's fine. 2:33 a.m. and I am now tired as fuck, but also 130 pages into Death of the Author. And this is good. I like this so far. At first, I thought I was going to be confused because, like, even the first 3 chapters just, like, change what this book is kind of about. So in the first chapter, we have Chinye. She is talking about her sister, Zilu. And she says, like, oh, she'll always be my sister, no matter what. Oh, it's been rough. The fact is, Zilu never really cared about family. And so I thought that this book would be in Chinye's point of view. And she's like, I'm going to tell you a story. And I kind of love the fact that she really does, like, talk to us, the reader, allowing us, like, a glimpse into, oh, I'm going to tell you about Zilu. She ends the first chapter with so wrapped up in herself that she doesn't know when she's kicked people out of their sense of normalcy. She'll just leave you there feeling and wondering why. Maybe that's what you all love so much about her. So I love the fact that we are getting pulled into the story ourselves and being talked to directly. But then, like, second chapter, we have, like, literally third person. This isn't a narrated story by Zilu's sister, but we do follow Zilu. In Zilu, she has just been fired. She's at her sister's wedding. She's just been fired from her job. She was, like, teaching creative writing. And, like, she seemed like she had, like, such, like, spunk, you know what I mean? Like, when she was talking to the students, like, if I had a teacher like her, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that, you know, one of the, you know, students is so smug, and when she asks him, like, what his creative writing piece means, and he's like, well, why don't you tell me? What I think of my own work doesn't matter. The reader decides what it's about, right? Isn't that what you said Death of the Author meant? So, like, here we have great little reference to the title of the book and, like, what it means. Like, Death of the Author is the death of the author, them handing the book to someone else in order to get their opinion on it and their thoughts on it, because the author is now irrelevant. What the author meant after passing on that body of work is irrelevant. It ends up being what the reader takes out of it. And so, Death of the Author. And so I kind of really like that. But yeah, the fact that she replies, this is 25 pages of self-indulgent drivel. You've just wasted your reader's time. Like, honestly, she's ruthless. As a teacher, and oh my God, like, so she does get fired, and also she is writing a novel, but it gets rejected so many times. And then she ends up writing a story that she never would have written before. It's totally out of her comfort zone, and it's about robots. And then we get, like, a meta novel kind of thing. So the third chapter is, like, a chapter from this novel. And so we go back to, like, Zilu and, you know, like, her journey, like, getting this manuscript published. And we also get, like, that science fiction novel in chapters, like, throughout. So it is, like, literary, but with a side of that sci-fi. And so she ends up writing about rusted robots, and we find out, like, what it is that she's written. And yeah, from there, the story snowballs and she takes off. So I do find that very fascinating. It's been so interesting seeing Zilu's family and their dynamics and how they integrate with one another and how they kind of combat one another as well. That's been pretty interesting so far. It is kind of keeping me awake because of, like, the... Oh my God. Don't know if you heard that, but Ashton told me about going wild again. What time is it again? Like, yeah, 2:38 a.m, boys. To be fair, I'm keeping them up, not the other way around. Oh, crap it. I can't remember what I was saying again now. I am starting to, like, feel really tired. I genuinely can't remember what sentence I was in the middle of when I got distracted by Ashton Torbo there. Yeah, it's good. And there were a couple of Hunger Games references just now, and that was pretty fun considering I'm currently reading the Hunger Games. I was thinking, should I read Mockingjay during this, like, little readathon? But then I thought, no, I can't do that. I need to, like, you know, really like film that one, since I'm doing a complete series reading book for it and I'm filming spoilers and everything for it. So that would take too much time, and I kind of want to focus on other books. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't really have that much left. I have 300 pages left. I think I'm making good progress. So we only started reading like 2.5 hours ago. I've read 130 pages. Yeah. Wait, hang on. Is that just over a page a minute? No, just under a page a minute. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping to get this finished by... What time shall we say? Like 6, 7? Shall we say 7? Hopefully get my first book done by 7 a.m. I'm like, should I make another coffee? I probably should. Good morning, it is 7:56 a.m. now, and I managed to finish Death of the Author, and I really like this. I'm going to talk to you about it as I prepare for my personal training session. So I need to get stuff sorted, need to sort the cat food out as well, and I'll just like let you know my thoughts as I'm doing this. So I also forgot to tell you yesterday that Zilu, she is in a wheelchair, and it's pretty awesome to have a disabled main character in a book like this, because this was so character heavy, it was so character driven, and we really got to see the progress of Zilu as the story went on, and like her career, her family life, her love life. Okay, cat food sorted. Those robot bits stayed interesting. Like the sci-fi story itself was probably my favorite part of the entire thing. I'm just going to have some caramelized biscuit oats. I just need something on my stomach before my session. If I try and do my session on an empty stomach, I will faint. I don't know how people can go to the gym and do personal training and not eat, but that happens. Apparently people do that, and I'm like, how? I was fighting for my life by about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Oh shit. Oh, let me just pour it straight in. I was supposed to use that. Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah, I really wanted to sleep. It's still so early into the 24-hour challenge though. However, with it just having hit 8 o'clock now, I have actually officially been awake for 24 hours because I woke up at 8 o'clock yesterday and I haven't been asleep yet. So I have actually been up for 24 hours already. Just saying. My pre-workout has 175 milligrams of caffeine. Hello, beautiful. Good morning. Here's a fresh food for you. Stray cat is back, and I've given her some of Ash Turbo's food. Hope they don't mind. Anything else to say about the book? So I'm counting this to my caffeine count now. So all in all, a good time was had with Death of the Author. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I am glad I started with this one though, because it was very heavily literary. So next, I would like to try and maybe read something a little bit smaller. I am going to be listening to an audiobook next, because all I've been doing is reading physically. The amount of books I've been reading physically. I just finished the first 2 Hunger Games books, read them both physically so I could underline and everything and make notes. And even before that, it's just like being physical. So it would be nice to do an audiobook, and I do plan on like going out and about today. So if I can find an audiobook for one of these 3 on at least one of the apps I have, then that will be my next read. So Graveyard Shift could be a good one. Strange Pictures and You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I think one of these would be really cool to listen to as I'm like out and about. I hate when I search on Everend and it says, oh, it's not available in your country. Oh, does that mean it's available everywhere else? Just not in my country? Everend, you're useless. What about Libby? Oh, yay, I can borrow Graveyard Shift. I don't have to wait, I can just borrow it right now. Okay, that's the one.
Macmillan Audio presents Graveyard Shift, a novella by Ana-Alicia. Read for you by Tim Campbell.
Yay!
Bye, baby boy. Bye-bye.
I genuinely don't know if this is a good idea going to training as I am so exhausted. I am feeling like wired at the minute. I think it's because I'm having my drink and like the fresh air has just hit. It's a lovely, beautiful morning. It's like clear skies. It's lovely. Oh crap, this is the part where I always slip. But yeah, I hope I don't like pass out or something or, you know, like do a shit job today. I probably really shouldn't be doing this, but also it might help keep me awake. It helps to break the day up a bit as well. Oh, cute. It flew away before I had a chance to show you, but it was like a little robin. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually see it. It's in amongst all. Oh, it flew away. But you know how in Zoe's readathons, she would end up, you know, doing different things during the day to get out of the house, like go to the beach, which I'm not going to do. But sometimes she goes to like a bookshop. So I think I'm going to go to a bookshop after the gym. Once I've finished my session, I might get a bus into town and go to a bookshop. Just cause Zoe did it. I think it will help as well. It'll be nice to just have a bit of a browse. But yeah, I am really excited for my session. I always am, but I'm kind of dreading it now because I've never done it where I haven't gone to sleep. And I feel like that's dangerous. I feel like you shouldn't be doing that.
So free.
That was not my best performance at a session. It really wasn't. I had barely any energy by the halfway point. So I'm finally home now. I've made myself a protein shake and I need to go in the shower still. Yes, I walked around town like this. I am going to say, I am a smelling. However, I did go a little bit crazy in town. I had myself a little bit of a book haul, which I will show you. I did go into 3 different bookstores. In the first two, there was like 3 for 2 offers, so I got 2 books free from the first 2 stores. I also had £7 credit in Travelling Man, so I used that. Then I went to Waterstones. It was like a buy one, get one half price, and I had £10 credit on my Waterstones card, and I was on 7 stamps. And because I got 3 stamps in that transaction, when you get to 10 stamps, it converts into £10. So the next time I go in, I'll have another £10 off from Waterstones. So I got myself some savings and I got myself some future discounts. Okay, in Waterstones, I bought these 4 books. 3 of them are horror and 1 of them is like literary fiction. It is Human Animal by Seth Insua. I'll do a proper book haul video soon and I will go through like what these books are about. But I saw this in the buy one, get one half price table and I like this author as well. I believe this is his debut, but I would say we are like semi-friends on Instagram. I don't want to say that we're friends just for him to be like, we're not friends. But like we've spoken on Instagram. And then I also got Don't Let the Forest In by C.J. Drews because I saw many great things about this recently. Gabby from Gabby Reads was reading this for the like 10 years of booktube video and absolutely loved this. And a few other people have loved it too who I follow and love. So I saw this on the buy one get one half price table. So I thought, you know what, actually why not? Let's get it. So I got these 2. And then I saw River Solomon has a book out called Model Home. This one looks a little bit freaky. I'm not gonna lie. It looks kind of scary. And I like River Solomon, so I wanted to get that. And also Hell House by Richard Matheson. This one is said to be one of the best haunted house stories ever. So I thought, you know, when I go out and about and explore haunted locations and read haunted books, this could be a really good story to read, probably. I don't know. But it is like a classic, so I thought I'd give it a try. In Travelling Man, all manga was 3 for 2, so I got one of these free. So I got Dr. Stone Volume 6, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 3, and Cherry Magic Volume 8. This is never in the 3 for 2 offer. It's like too expensive, but everything in the store was 3 for 2 for some reason, so must be like some kind of sale. I hope they're not closing down. I really hope not. And then in Forbidden Planet, I got Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. I'm doing a book troop live show in May and it will be me reading Nat Cassidy for the first time, but I've heard great things about this one and I saw it was like signed in Forbidden Planet, so I was like, okay, let's get it. Blue Lock Volume 3. And I also got Heaven Official's Blessing, and this is the first one. I really wanted this because they've just released them in like hardback editions and they have lovely sprayed edges. And I've been told to read this time and time again. It's Danmai. I'm going to China next month, so this will actually be perfect for my China vlog. So I might take this one and A Hero Born as my reads from Chinese authors. So this should make a few people happy, I imagine. But yeah, this was quite the haul today. I got quite a few books, and you know what? I rewarded myself because I was on public transport and I haven't been on public transport in quite some time. It's actually the first time I've ever gotten a bus from like my new local area since I moved here in July. I would usually just do Ubers and stuff. It was, you know, much quicker, much nicer. And if you think, oh, God, that's so full of yourself. I had a bad experience on a bus, okay, a couple of years ago. I had a group of lads call me the F-slur on a bus. And so it kind of scarred me a little bit. So I would just get Uber. So this was my first time on a bus in, I think about like maybe 2 years, like a year and a half, like by myself. I think I've been on a bus with a friend because we were together, but I haven't been on a bus by myself in like 2 years. So it's not because I'm full of myself or anything. It's just because I just want to avoid confrontation. Also, it's like 1:50 p.m. I got home about 10 minutes ago, fed the cats, and I just like, I needed to get in the shower, so I need to quickly to the update and go. But I did finish Graveyard Shift while I was out and about as well. This one was actually pretty good too. Like I really enjoyed the atmosphere of it. There are 5 different POV characters and it changes between them. So each character has like 2 chapters each. And I really like the audiobook of this as well. I borrowed it from Libby and it had like a different narrator for each person, and that was really engrossing. That was really cool. A couple of our main characters, they end up seeing this weird, you know, hole in the ground, and it is like a fresh grave, but they don't know why it's being put there. And they do see a grave digger put in a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll not say exactly what it is because it doesn't mention it on the back, so I don't want to spoil it, but it just leads into them 2 and then like 3 of their friends kind of doing this almost like a Scooby-Doo-esque kind of mystery sleuthing thing in order to figure it out. And I like Amelyah. I read If We Were Villains a couple of years ago and I really liked her writing style, so I thought this was like really well written. It is 108 pages long, and for some reason I thought it was a little bit long. I'm not gonna lie, like some of it did drag a little bit. I don't think the pacing was like quite on top of it. I actually think this could have benefited had it been like 20 pages shorter. or something like that. But I'm kicking myself because I really should have started this at midnight. This should have been my first read because it is literally the graveyard shift, 12 a.m. and then the next chapter is like 12:30 a.m. Why did I not read this last night when it was like literally midnight, when it was literally 12:30 a.m., when it was literally 1 a.m.? Why didn't I do that? I'm so dumb. So yeah, I would give this like a 3.5 star. I think like some of the scenery in the graveyard is quite nice. Some of it's like a little bit gross as well when you see like what's actually in the grave too. The little bits and bobs, especially about like rodents and stuff, was quite vile. But no, very intriguing, held my interest. I thought it was good. Let's move on. And before I even pick something else to read, I'm going in that shower. I need it so badly. So sorry to be gross on Maine, but we're all friends here. It's 3 p.m. I have been in the shower. I have made myself another coffee. I also have the heating on, so I'm sitting in the kitchen next to the radiator because it's so nice. It's so nice when I can sit here. And I have decided to start Strange Pictures by Uketsu. This is a chilling Japanese mystery sensation. And all I know is that there have been these weird pictures getting drawn. A series of drawings made by a young woman before her death, a child's disturbing picture of his home, desperate sketch made by a murder victim in his final moments. Each contains a chilling warning. Each reveals a terrible secret hidden in plain sight. That sounds so good. So with it being 3 o'clock now, I hope I can maybe read this in, how long do we think? In like 4 hours maybe? Maybe by 7 or 8 p.m. It's 238 pages. I think we can do it. I've just sat here for the past like half an hour reading my book and I realised I didn't even turn the heating on. So I've just turned it on and I really enjoyed this book so far. It's so like almost like a puzzle. It is actually split into 4 stories that all have something to do with pictures and like the weirdness of it. And the first story was about that woman who, yep, she made some pictures before she died and her husband is posting on a blog and there's like 5 photos that she posted and they somehow like connect, like they all seem absolutely normal to begin with and like nothing changes about these pictures, but it's like the way you kind of layer them together and do these different things that the character who is like, you know, looking at these blog posts and putting these pictures together is realizing as like he's going on and he gets his friend to help as well. I didn't say anything weird about the pictures to begin with. I kind of love the fact that this story made me rethink the pictures. And also there were a couple of blog posts as well. And I didn't think there was anything strange about the blog posts either. But then they're talking about like, oh, this must mean this and this must mean that. And I'm like, oh wait, hang on. Yeah, kind of must mean that, yeah. So the first story in this one actually took me by surprise. I quite liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And while this book could definitely do with a little bit more editing, there were a couple of grammatical mistakes. This book is translated, and I do think it's actually like doing a really good job so far. Like the translator's doing a really good job. It was just like a couple of mistakes, but that's fine. But I'm excited going to the next 2 stories. I didn't realize there was actually going to be different stories, like 4 different stories kind of together. You know, like I like it. I'm praying for a 5-star as well. I've only really had 5-star rereads this year. I've had 1 regular 5-star book. I'm hoping this could be another one. I don't know if it will be yet, but out of all the stories I've read so far in this video, I am the most intrigued by this and how it's making me kind of think. And it's definitely reading a lot faster than I thought as well. So I might actually get through this a lot quicker, especially if it has pictures like this. And do you see what I mean about like the whole like layering stuff and like the different things that you can do with the pictures? It's just so good. It's so interesting. Now I hope I can actually get warm. I had to have the window open for a little bit because one of the cats shat while I was in the shower as well, so I had no idea which one it was. So I had to leave the window open for a little bit to let the smell out. This has been so gross, hasn't it? Like the amount of times I've been gross in this video. It's a good job we're friends, right? It's now 5 p.m. and I am hanging on for my dear life. I'm struggling so much. I just want to lie down and close my eyes. I mean, I'm not struggling with this. I'm halfway through now. I finished the second story. I had something to eat. I had my Thrive meal. It was really tasty. It was like a Greek burger with like little potatoes, rainbow slaw in this like sauce. It was so good. And like I've even got myself a carbonated drink. Does this have caffeine? Does this count to the caffeine counter? Oh, it does. It has caffeine. So I can count this to the caffeine counter. Okay, cool. But honestly, I'm sitting here like this. Why is it like 6-7 hours to go? And remember, I've been up longer than 24 hours. I've been up longer than that. Sun is starting to set though. Cannot wait for it to be spring properly. Also, look at the author.
This is Uketsu, an enigmatic YouTuber and author specializing in horror mystery, exploring the literary scene in Japan. I'm like, this person's a YouTuber? He only ever appears online wearing a mask and speaking through a voice changer? His true identity is unknown? What? Oh, there's some sequels. Strange Houses and Strange Buildings are forthcoming. Oh, perfect. I mean, I am really enjoying this, but like, what do you mean this is the author? What do you mean? I'm gonna have to look them up on YouTube now.
It is 6:23 p.m. The sun is setting and it's looking quite nice. But I have finished Strange Pictures and it was very riveting. I will give it that. There were some moments in it that were a little bit convoluted, sure. But I overall had a great time. It was so much fun. I wouldn't say it was that scary, to be honest, or not really scary at all, but just the way that it was written, like the puzzle pieces of it all, were just so cool. So cool to like kind of try and work out as well, although I didn't work anything out. And I don't think you're really supposed to. Like, there's a lot of like logic behind it. There's a lot of explaining. Sometimes I don't think the logic really logicked, but it was still really good. It was still fun. I'd give it 4 stars. I would totally give this 4 stars. And it was pretty cool to see how it would all tie together, how it would all connect. And yeah, I didn't expect a lot of it. Book number 3, done of the day. And it isn't even dark yet. I mean, it's getting dark. But no, if it was warmer, I would say outside. But it is pretty cold. I think I'm only left with 3 options of what my final book should be for this video, because I don't think I'll be able to get 2 more done with me having less than 6 hours to go now. I think I could manage Bat Eater by Kylie Lee Baker, or Queen Macbeth by Val McDermid, or You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kaylin Bayron. I've already done a horror. I've already done like a literary sci-fi, but I do think maybe this one, I think You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight might be my pick, because it's young adult. I feel like I'll probably be able to switch off a little bit and just allow myself to enjoy the story more than trying to get really into like the adult books, for instance. I would also like to try and make a start on Mockingjay as well before tomorrow, but this weekend is just going to be absolutely non-stop. So I'm hoping to maybe get the first part of Mockingjay read tonight as well, which is about 157 pages. So I might try and do that, read all of this with any luck. I might see if there's an audiobook as well. I know like this will be the second audiobook I've listened to today, but it will probably help me if I can just like lie down, close my eyes and just like allow someone to tell me the story. But if there's not an audiobook, that's absolutely fine. I still don't mind reading this physically. I just really hope I enjoy this because I love this edition so much. And then yeah, I do need to like really properly pay attention for Mockingjay because I am doing a spoiler-filled vlog reading all of the Hunger Games books and I'm currently on book 3. So it'll be nice to have like a little bit of a start on this one just to help me out over the weekend. So less than 6 hours ago, I would love to try and get more read and see if I could maybe hit 1,000 pages read today. I mean, I won't get it done unless I shut up and start reading again. It is 7:20 p.m. I am 65 pages into You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I'm really enjoying this, by the way. This follows Charity. She works in this sort of like horror movie simulation camp thing where people can pay to be like chased by a like serial killer and kind of live this cult 1983 horror film. What's it called again? Like Curse of Mirror Lake or something? The Curse of Camp Mirror Lake. And that is where Charity works, and like there are other people who work there and they just like scare the guests and they like to chase them. And Charity's the final girl. So like it sounds really awesome actually. Like I would love for that to actually exist. Like could you imagine if they did that with Scream? My favorite horror film. Could you imagine if it's like this kind of set and you play the character going through? So you get the phone call from Ghostface in Casey Becker's house, and then you have to like run through, and then you end up at like Stu's house, and then you have to like survive the garage attack, and then you have to like survive through Stu's house. And so, oh my god, that sounds amazing. Like I would love that. So I do think I would like to come to this camp place, although I would be genuinely terrified. Even if I knew it was, you know, fake, I would be terrified. However, it does look like some of Charity's workmates are no shows for their job at the minute. So what happened to them? Are they dead? Are they missing? Like, what is going on? The writing style is very accessible. This is one of the reasons why I love reading young adult books sometimes. It is just so lovely and easy to read. So this is going well. I found the audiobook on Spotify because, like, sitting down is making me fall asleep. I need to move around and stuff. So I've decided, if you saw my recent unhaul video, you will know that I now have 4 shelves empty and I want to fill this up with young adult paperbacks. So it's actually kind of perfect that I'm reading a young adult book right now. So I want to fill this up with paperbacks. I'm going to have to take them off my shelves behind you, make some more room there. I actually don't know if I have enough young adult books to fill 4 shelves. Or like 3.5 because I've got some random shit on the bottom there. But we can certainly try, and hopefully the books that I move over are young adult. I can't put any hardbacks on, like it literally just will not fit. So for example, Where the Library Hides, the sequel to What the River Knows, it just doesn't fit. I mean, I could probably stack them like this. Do you think that would look nice? If I like stack the hardbacks along there? No, I don't think it would. So I want to say if I actually have enough to make a difference. If not, I'm going to have to rethink what I want to use these 4 shelves for. But yeah, I'm doing anything I possibly can to keep awake. Been playing with Ash and Tobu. However, they don't really want to play with me at the minute, and I don't know why. Maybe they're pissed at me for being out for so long today.
You try to burn me down, but my spirit just refine like a phoenix from the ash. Find my strength from within. I am stronger than before. I know, let it go. Rise, rise, rise.
Yeah, it turns out I don't have enough young adult paperbacks to fit there. So I think what I'm going to do is I might do like a little author showcase. Maybe I do have like a lot of books by one author. So like I could do a row of like Stephen King. I could do like Brandon Sanderson. That could save some room as well. Especially since the Brandon Sanderson hardbacks that I have are short. So they will definitely fit in there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do because I ain't got nothing else. I don't know what else to do. Okay, I know that's not like perfect or anything. It doesn't look the best. But I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do. You know, I'm going to have more Stephen King books in the future. So I might as well start this section off here. So we've got room for it. I honestly wish I could move like this shelf up, but this is the shelf that is, you know, set in. So you can't move it at all because there's just like quite a lot of space on the top, you know? And I have my middle grade hardbacks going along there. And then the paperbacks going down there. And then I have my young adult graphic novels like here and some adult graphic novels here as well. It's a weird system, I know, but it works and it's fine for me. But it does mean that I have enough space for more Stephen King books. And I do have quite a big gap here and also a gap up here, which I can't wait to fill that with Sunrise on the Reaping on Tuesday. I'm so excited. I can like reshuffle some of these. I can get some hardbacks in and move, you know, books along and down so that I can hopefully fit all of these stuff on. And I have quite a lot here to fit on the shelves. Only this one is the haul, by the way. This one is just the TBR that I picked last night. Or even like earlier today, I guess. So I didn't hold these. This was just my TBR, but I thought I would bring them up and try and put them back on the shelves. I am done sorting out my library room. It's looking pretty nice and uniform now. I do want to try and do other things to it and make it even better. But I don't think tonight is the night, honestly. I'm so tired. I'm getting hungry again. I might order food as like a treat for doing this 24-hour. I might order food. I haven't ordered a takeaway in quite some time, actually. I've been very good, so I'm allowed to treat every now and then, right? I am on page 147 of You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. Things are really kicking off now, and I'm finding it so intriguing, slowly finding things out about this camp, seeing that not everything is as it appears. The secondary characters are building, and yeah, it's getting really exciting. Like, at the point I'm at now, like, not a whole lot of, like, really terrifying stuff has happened. A lot of it's been more, like, suggestive of, like, what could have happened in the past, and what is probably happening now. But now I think I've reached a point where it's going to be non-stop action. At least I hope so anyway. Just like based off the end of chapter 10 that I've just read, things have really picked up. So really enjoying it still. Like, it's just a fun, good time. So I think I am on track to finishing this by maybe like 9:30. Well, I only have 80 pages left. So I might actually finish it in like the next hour, hour and a half. I'll order food. continue reading and just marvel at how clean and tidy it looks in here. Usually I do like to, you know, put things away and keep it sorted, or at least I try to keep on top of it as much as possible. But you know, these things happen, don't they? I don't do it for a couple of weeks and it just all builds. And then I've got books slotted on top of other books and I'm like, back to it being a mess. Okay, let me show you what I got. I also got a 50% discount, so I only ended up paying £8.99 for this entire thing, including delivery, everything. I will say, I was expecting something different. So I really fancied a hot dog. I had no idea it was going to come... Well, is that a bun? Yeah, okay, there is a bun. Okay, that's cool. But I didn't realize it was going to come surrounded in fries, you know? I didn't realize that because I did order halloumi fries with sweet chili sauce because I didn't realize this was the deal, the situation. So, amazing. However, I definitely doubt I will eat all of that. I just wanted the hot dog with the halloumi fries. But I also got the 2 drinks. All this for £8.99. Oh, and the 2 dips. £8.99. £8.99. What? That's like $10 or something? All of these discounts I've had today. I also have like 10 minutes left of the audiobook for You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. It is currently 9:15 p.m. And so I'm going to quickly scoff this down, finish You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, and then I might be able to fit in part 1 of Mockingjay. I'm really hoping so. I really want to do part 1 of Mockingjay before midnight and count it towards this challenge. And then I want to go to sleep. I feel like I've gotten a second win because I'm like so excited to freaking eat, let me tell you. I just feel so naughty though. I feel so naughty. But I have been awake for what, like 40 hours or something at this point? Well, probably more like 36, 37, 38, I don't know. But I do deserve this. Oh, I'm so full now. I am so full. It's now 9:45 p.m. I've just made myself another coffee, which is over here. Over here, so this will be the last one of the day. So yeah, I did manage to finish You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, and I was feeling it up until around about like the ending. I wasn't really the biggest fan of the direction of this one, unfortunately. It kind of had some reveals and a sort of third act plotline that I just wasn't really the biggest fan of. It just didn't really do anything for me. Kind of lowered my rating a little bit because I thought, oh, maybe I'd give this like a 4-star, but I think now I'm going to give it a 3-star. Like, it's still good. Like, it still had some really good atmospheric scenes. Still really like Charity as a character. I thought she was great. There were some really good cliffhangers, intense situations that they were in. Some of it could be quite gnarly. So I appreciate the fact that this is young adult horror because I thought it did it really well. I do still prefer like Clown in a Cornfield. I also really enjoyed Harrow Lake when I read that a few years ago. So like, those are like my more favorite young adult horror novels that I've read. And this is still good, but it's not up there with my favorite ones, unfortunately. But that is another book done for the 24 hour. And I feel bad because I've just been reading like smaller books. The only big book I read was the first one, which was over 400 pages. The rest of them have been pretty small. I'm currently watching, well, just in the background, because I do want to crack on with reading and I do want to try and get as much read as possible before midnight. But I am watching Allie and her mum be old people truckers on this like trucker simulation game thingamabobby. And I put it on when I finished You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight and I was eating my food. And it's just so funny. They are so funny. I love Allie so much. Her mum is a blast, an absolute blast. But I'm going to have to turn it off now and get back to reading. Almost done. Like literally just over 2 hours left. I've been awake for so long. I'm flagging. But the food has definitely helped unless I like really get cozy and settle down. And I just go into a food coma, which is potentially going to happen. But my eyes are hurting. Like, they are actually hurting. This is why people don't do 24-hour readathons that much anymore, because it is actually a health hazard. I much prefer to do the 24-hour timer, 100%. The actual, like, staying up for 24 hours, oh, couldn't be me again. Couldn't be me again. Although I do actually have some ideas for some in the future that involve you guys, if you fancied it. But this is early days. This is early days, and I'm just, like, spitballing here. Okay, time to read part 1 of Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, third book in the Hunger Games series. I've just been waiting to get back into this world, honestly. Like, all day, I've just been thinking about getting back into the Hunger Games series. I just want to read this. I, like, literally just want to read this. This is all I want to read right now. So let's do it!
Gets cold, let's turn steal the show? Are you down for it? Tell me, are you down for it? Boy, I'm ready for the thrill, yeah. Don't hold it back, it's real, babe. You could lose our way and shine through the shadows. I'm ready for the thrill, yeah. Don't hold it back, it's real, babe. You could lose our way and shine through the shadows. Baby, I'll shine through the shadows. Darling, nothing can come in between us.
It is currently 11 p.m. I have 1 hour left. I'm on page 66 of Mockingjay. I would have been so much further had Tobu not distracted me. But yeah, 1 hour left. Oh, it's been the longest 24 hours of my life.
And when the lights get low, let the shadows steal the show. Are you down for it? Tell me, are you down for it? Boy, I'm ready for the thrill, yeah. Don't hold it back, it's real, babe. It's real, baby. You could lose our way and shine through the shadows. I'm ready for the thrill, yeah.
It's over. It's midnight. Midnight. The 24-hour has come to an end, and I was so close to finishing my part. I got to page 140. Part 1 ends on page 157. I had 17 pages to go. I'm going to finish it off, though. I'm going to finish that part. Then we'll wrap up this vlog, and I will include the pages I'm reading now, okay? But oh my gosh, I am loving this again. I'm loving this again. It's not my favourite Hunger Games book, but all of them are great. There is not one single bad Hunger Games book. I mean, I didn't love Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but it still wasn't terrible. But in terms of the original trilogy, Mockingjay is just so good. Like, I'm starting to get emotional again. Being in this world is just igniting so many memories that I had back when I was a teen reading these. I was a teen, wasn't I? I think I was about to turn 20. I think it was 1920 when the film started coming out. And I think that's when I read them. So it's just making me just so nostalgic for the past, as so many things does. But yeah, again, like, this is just so great. This is so great. I do think I would have finished if Ash and Tobu didn't distract me so much. And now I can officially bring this vlog to a close at 18 minutes past midnight. And oh, I am pooped. I am pooped, but I did manage to finish the section of Mockingjay that I wanted to read. So I am very happy with my progress in this video. So let me run down the pages that I read and the overall total. I did want to try and get over 1,000 pages read. So let's see if I did that. So first I read Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor, and this one has 435 pages, and I gave this one a 4-star. Then I read Graveyard Shift by ML This one has 108 pages, and I gave this one a 3.5 star. Then I read Strange Pictures by Uketsu. This one has 238 pages, and I gave this one 4 stars. Then I read You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kalynn Bayron. This one has 228 pages, and I gave this one 3 stars. And finally, I read 157 pages of Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, and I haven't read this one yet because I haven't finished it yet. But 157 pages is 157 pages. So this is essentially what I read in this video. I would love to try this again at some point and maybe include you on the ride. I would just say keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I am going straight to bed. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you thought of the books that I read in this video, if you have read them yourself. When was the last time you stayed up for 24 plus hours in a day? Please let me know. It might be a little while before I do this again, but I would like to do it again. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.